We started off as close friends. Somehow you turned into my girlfriend.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome back to our fourth tea talk. Hope you guys are having a great morning so far. I hope you guys have a productive week, a good week, a happy week. We just wanted to stop in real quick, start the week off right and get some words of what? Not even words of encouragement, just a little conversation in the morning.
Yeah, a little more weekly inspo, a little morning inspo.
What you sipping on today?
I'm sipping on
I got the matcha grapefruit. What you got?
Is that matcha? Oh yeah, matcha. I have the vanilla caramel chai tea. Okay. I've tried chai once before and I thought I didn't really like it, but I'm enjoying this a lot. I don't know if it's the vanilla, the caramel, or the chai. So.
But so what's on your mind this week, man? How did your week go last week? Is there anything that you want to talk about? Something on your mind, on your heart?
Last week is last week, so that's kind of gone for me. I'm always kind of focused on like present, future. So yeah, that's what's on my mind. The future this week coming up. Just progressing, moving forward from this week. No, nothing specific. Kind of self-care a little bit. That's been on my mind a little bit lately. Taking breaks.
Yeah, self-care in all aspects, self-care mentally, self-care physically, especially, with COVID and stuff going on. It's still things that we gotta do, to take care of ourselves, make sure we're healthy, make sure we're alive. Yeah,
and sometimes, you don't always have the time or the energy to like devote to like, oh, I can take an hour lavender bath at night or something. Like sometimes you have to make the best out of like the situations that you have. So even like you said, like that, like taking the time to wash your hands, it's like this the time I have to do something like this. Like make that enjoyable, make the task that you have to do enjoyable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you can make anything that you do enjoyable.
Exactly.
Even at work. You should be happy at work, in my opinion, I know some people got jobs that they don't like to do, or like it ain't their ideal job, but you can still make the most of the situation and really just keep a positive attitude.
Yeah.
Because it's not only affecting you, it's affecting other people, so just keep that in mind when you at work.
And I think about that because sometimes I work with patients who like really going through, who really miserable, who really don't want to be there, and sometimes it's like, okay, am I gonna let them affect my mood? Like I'm like, oh, I gotta go see this person who, I know they about to be negative, I know how they are, they mood is, or am I gonna try and brighten up their day and come in positive and make them happy, change their mind? Like, am I gonna let them impact me or the other way around?
Right.
All within like, within limits, you know what I mean? All within like, some stuff you can control. Like I'm not about to overdo it and try and make them happy, but I'm gonna also not let them take my joy.
Right. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, like I ain't about to keep pushing, trying to like, I'm gonna make you happy.
I must make you happy.
Yeah, like no, I'm not doing all that. But at the same time, I'm gonna keep my peace and I'll let you like ruin my day.
And keep yourself happy.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, one thing I want to talk about today was being honest with yourself, and it's a good quote that I like, and it's being entirely honest with yourself is a good exercise. I feel like to be successful, to be happy, just to move forward in life, just in general, I think that you have to be honest with yourself in all aspects of life.
Strengths, weaknesses.
Yeah, exactly. Like as an athlete, you have to like you just say, you have to be honest. You have to find out what you're bad at. You have to know what you're bad at. You can't just keep denying being bad at something and never improving it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just not even just sports, or just anything. School, it might be
characteristic.
It might be subjects. It might, like you said, personality traits, characteristics, things like that. Decisions you've made in life, just where you are in life. Like you have to be honest with yourself. Like,
yeah.
Do I like where I'm at in life? yes or no? Like, is some of the faults, reasons where I'm at in life my fault? Like, do I take the money for things and things like that? You know, I just feel like it's easy not to be honest with yourself at times.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, especially because nobody likes to like think bad about themselves, or especially even like other people think bad about them. But I've learned that by, you know, being in a relationship with Bronson, learning stuff about me. Like, I guess I never really had to been in a position to have like constructive criticism or something besides like jobs and stuff, but I didn't really care about those things, you know what I mean? But more and more that I listen to you and like see examples in myself, I'm like, okay, Bronson probably right. Like, I don't really like to hear criticism about myself. So over time I'm just learning to be like, okay, now that first I wasn't aware of it at all, but now that I'm aware, kind of being intentional and like looking at certain moments, like, hey, this might be one of the moments where like I'm mad or I'm upset because I'm not accepting criticism. And
I think it's key to do that, you know. I mean, you gotta do it, really. And I feel like we like to play, a lot of people, we like to play victim a lot, you know. We like to not be the problem. We like to,
you like to blame it on somebody else.
Blame on it. But like, I think in any circumstance, even if you weren't all the way like wrong, maybe someone did you wrong, I feel like we all
play a part.
Yeah, you know, and that's just looking at the entire picture, really, and just being honest with yourself. And me personally, that's made my life easier, you know. Like, I don't live with any type of regrets or like, you know, or like be wishing I had this or wishing I did this or wishing I was here, jealous of somebody else because they somewhere I'm not, and stuff like that. Like, I've always just kept it 100 with myself and like kept it moving, you feel me? And I just feel like that's what keeps me happy. That's what keeps me driven and keeps me just going, just in general. You know, you gotta be honest with yourself. Callie, sometimes you might go potty inside and you gotta be honest and just say, I wasn't supposed to go potty inside.
Like, sorry, y'all. She can't just start barking and growling and like chasing us, getting all mad. Like, y'all should have took me out.
Okay, get down. Okay, get down. Good girl.
But yeah, I feel like that's very good. You know, that you're able to do that. I feel like that's you know, we all have people in our life or relationships, like you try to explain something to people or tell people about themselves and they just literally don't hear it, you know, like and I do that sometimes with Bronson, like I'll make up an excuse for all of this, and it's like, just be accountable for, you know, what somebody's telling you, like you did or how you are, you know, you have to be open to even like hear what they're trying to say, you know. And
like the quote said, it said it's a good exercise. Like, it's something that you can,
and
like,
it is an exercise.
Yeah, it's something you can continue to do and something that you can get better at, you know. And
I was just thinking, like, sometimes it's hard to be open because you didn't exercise being closed off so much for all your life. So sometimes it's gonna take a lot of exercise to undo the fact that you've been shutting everybody down. And maybe most people in your life probably just went with that, you know. Like a lot of people out and shut down and they just go with that, and then they just be quiet. But like Bronson will be like persistent with it and like telling me, or, you know, obviously anybody can get to a point where they shut down, you know, if you keep pushing them back or whatever. But
and I'm always open, you know, to like whatever Jasmine says about me, or anybody for that matter. We can read some YouTube comments, you feel me? Just anything. I'm open to hear what everybody says to really get the, you know, really just try to become the best person I can be, just the best me I can be, you know.
Yeah, and that don't mean you gotta place value on everything that everybody's saying.
Right,
you know what I
but
mean?
you should
like,
also just look
you never
at
know people's intentions either when they telling you certain type of stuff, or if they have any intention at all, or are they just talking like willy-nilly. Or is it really something constructive that you could benefit from? You know, if everybody just saying, "Oh, you got a big forehead, like, or something." I mean,
it might be like, I do got a big forehead. You can just be honest, just so you can just accept that you got a big forehead. You feel me? And own it, and have some big forehead confidence.
That's true.
You know, and so then all the other fellow big forehead people can maybe
relate to you.
Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, and I think a lot of times when you aren't honest with yourself, it can hurt you. Like, let's say, like, we can make a goal.
Stop your growth.
Yeah, you can make a goal, but like, let's say we didn't reach the goal. like we're not honest with ourselves. We can't even realize what we gotta change and what we gotta do to even like get that goal.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes we might have a goal or some type of something.
Like obviously you did something wrong or you didn't do something right, why you didn't meet it.
And a lot of times,
but you don't want to be hard on yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Like just keep it 100. Like you wanted this, or you didn't put enough effort in.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like,
and that don't feel good to say. You know what I mean? But it feels good to like make a difference and change and be better and realize.
Right. It feels good to know. Like I know that I need. You know, I need to do this. And
like I need to do more.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. You feel me? Like I feel like a lot of times we are hard on ourselves too. Like being honest with yourself isn't the same as being hard on yourself. You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's just the truth as opposed to like bashing or beating a dead horse.
Yeah,
or
like making yourself feel bad or something. Like you can. And I think that's a lot of why we shut off a lot of the criticism is because we feel bad about ourselves when we hear it, or you feel bad like you're not worthy.
Right, a lot of times you know the truth too, but you don't want to hear it. You know the truth hurts.
Yeah, I think a lot of times though they don't even know it because they're not even open to hear it or listen. You know.
True.
But I think it's how you look at it. Like, don't look at it as something bad that's permanent. Look at it as something that's like, hey, that's like something I can change, something that I can improve on. It's like an opportunity for me to grow in another way versus like, dang, like I'm a bad, everybody, all these people say, I don't listen, I'm a bad listener. Like, they don't know what they're talking about. Just getting like offended by it. Yeah. It's like, now you're going to stay a bad listener and you're not going to grow. And now you know that too. And you feel bad about yourself. You know what I mean? And it's like, how you going to take that instead and like make it
and there's
positive.
There's another quote I like that I say all the time about excuses is that excuses only satisfy those who make them.
Oh yeah.
You know, I had a running back coach in college. He always said that to us, and it's the truth. You know, a lot of times like your excuses,
like, yes, that satisfies.
Like, it doesn't satisfy like the other person. Yeah, like even like when you run into business or when we on YouTube and like we say like we gonna do this and we don't, like.
They don't care why. Like, it's like, where is that video of Jas?
In sports, like y'all don't care what's going on in the athlete's life. Y'all don't care what LeBron got going on. Y'all want LeBron to go out and drop 30 points. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that, like excuses.
Like no matter what.
Yeah. You know, so a lot of times our excuses don't satisfy nobody but us, and that's not gonna get us nowhere, really. You know?
Yeah.
So I think we just be honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
Try not to make excuses. What else you say? We need some self-care. You know, just do all those things this week.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And I think instead of like saying like an excuse of why something happened, just think more like, oh, this happened because of this, but I'm gonna do this next time, or but I'm gonna change this so next time. Like,
exactly.
So it's not just like an excuse and like, oh, it was because of this. Like nothing I could do. And it's like, but there is something you could have done, and it's and it's something that you could do in the future. So not to get hung up on nothing old or nothing, but to also follow through and like, I don't know, be more positive and better, and don't let it happen again in the future.
Right. Yeah. So this week, you know, I'm gonna make sure I'm, you know, being honest with myself, and you know, everything I say I'm gonna do, like, you know, just really look at it and see like. Did I do those things? Could I have done things better every day?
How could you have?
Could I have been more productive? Yeah, you know, it's really just the what's the face? What you be doing like when you like see like a new patient and stuff? What's them called?
Evaluation or an assessment?
Yeah, like really doing like an evaluation or assessment on yourself. Yeah, evaluation or assessment on yourself.
That's deep.
You know, and I think that's key. You feel me? You can do it daily. You can do it hourly,
weekly.
Yeah,
just assess where you at, you know, mentally, and it's funny because like that's literally what we do with a patient. We go through everything on their body, their mental, everything. We assessing, and then we saying this is wrong, this is impaired, this is impaired.
Right, and this is how we can fix her. This
and this is your goal of what how you can improve that, and it's like. That's literally what you should do for like, yourself.
If y'all weren't honest with them, they couldn't even get better. You know?
Right, exactly. If I'm just saying, like, no, you're okay. Yeah. And I'm looking at them and they about to fall. And, or they like, you know. And you know what? Sometimes you do, depending on the patient, you do have to not sugarcoat certain stuff, but some people get all like worked up, you know. So you gotta know how to deliver a message to certain people.
Last week about like words and stuff, you know.
Exactly.
Like how you say stuff sometimes,
exactly.
you know, just being more conscious and really maneuvering just to get your message across the right way for them to take it the right way.
Yeah, so if y'all didn't watch that last Tea Talk, you know, it'll be linked up here and down below. You can check that out. We was talking about being impeccable with your word and stuff. So,
you know, even with us on YouTube, it's a lot of times that we have to be honest with ourselves, you know. And I think for the most part, we've never really made excuses. Like we keep 100. Like we have
like I didn't. Yeah, like we know. Like we know what to do and we know when we're not doing it. You know, because we have evaluated ourselves.
So it's never been like, man, how come we don't got as many subscribers or views and stuff as we should? Like
we wasn't consistent. You know, like we should be posting more.
Yeah.
And you know, it was like that because like you asked me like before, like, oh, you think if like we would have did this when we first started, like how consistent we'd be now, if we would have been at like how many subscribers you think we'd have? And I'd be like, yeah, I think we would have been like up there a lot more than we have now. We pretty much not wasted a whole year, but you know, took
like 2 years now.
Yeah. And so now that I see the progress and like when you be consistent, I see the growth. It's like I know where we could have been, and it was just on us that we not where we at. So it's not even like, why are we still right here? Like, come on, like da da da. It's like I know what we need to do to get there, and so if we not doing it, then then we know that's on us. You know?
Right. Yeah. So really, just be honest with yourself. You know, it's a good exercise. It's a good trait. You feel me? It can only help you in all aspects of your life, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it's just good to be honest in general.
But yeah, to be honest in general, honest with your partner, your significant other, you know, even when it hurts, you know. But it's just like it's all in the good. It's all in the better good to like move forward, you know, to grow.
Right. And really, people should have your best interest, you feel me? Like your friends, family.
Your close ones. People
they should have your best interest. So a lot of times I think we can get defensive when they're being honest or hearing what they're saying. You can get defensive, but sometimes you try to hear them out. You know, like I would tell Jas, like, if we ever have a discrepancy or if I ever feel some way about her, like, it's always said with like love, you know, like
out of love.
Yeah, out of love. Like, I always want the best for her. I always want the best for us. I would never like want like to make her a worse person. Or,
yeah.
Put her in a bad situation.
Yeah. You know. And that's real, you know. Sometimes, you know, you have to keep that in mind because sometimes it hurts even more when it's coming from somebody that like you care about how they think about you or how they feel. So you find out that they think like this and you kind of like hurt, you know what I mean? But you have to think about it in that way. Like they telling me this because they love me and like they don't want that for me, or like they want better for me, or you know I could do better by them, you know.
Or you don't like what they're saying at all, you know, which can be the case. Be like, but like maybe they just, you know, being honest. Maybe they got some type of like message that I can hear, some type of like I can get.
What can I get from this?
Yeah, I feel like anything, any book I read, anything I watch, any person I interact with, I can get like something from it. You feel me?
Yeah, I was talking to my dad about that because it was like this pastor that used to like come and fill in at our old church. I'm like, I do not want to hear her every time she would preach. I'm like, I do not like how she preached. Like, so I just used to cut it off. But then my dad used to be like, yeah, like this message, like he got something out of it. And I'll be like, dang, let me listen to her because I'm like cutting her off. But it's like,
not like her. You cannot like her delivery.
I might not like the delivery, but it's like still a message, something you can pull out of it.
But you gotta want that. You gotta want to get something.
You gotta exactly. So when I started wanting to get something out of what she's saying, like I'm like, this lady prepared this whole thing. Like there's something I could get out of this. It's something that she wants people to hear. And so like when I thought of it in that way, like I'm about to be intentional on trying to listen to what she say and see what I can use and apply in my life, I started being like, she not that bad, you know what I mean? Like I can relate to how she delivering the message. It might not be specifically for me, you know, or geared towards speaking to somebody like me, but I still was able to, like Bronson said, take the meat off the bones, you know, and see what she was talking about. Okay, y'all. Thank y'all for watching this Tea Talk. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You got good vibes, positive vibes, something to get you through the week. Please be sure to subscribe if you want to see more Tea Talks or some of our other videos like mukbangs, vlogs, challenges, all of that. So
if you have anything you want us to discuss on our platform, let us know. We're open to everything. You feel me? Be honest with us. You feel me? And like we said, we will be having some guests coming up. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Keep watching. Thank you for the support. It's really appreciated. You feel me? But yeah, I think I'm all out of tea actually, so I gotta go. But yeah, we pray. We hope you guys, and we pray that you guys have a good week, a productive week, a happy week. You know, do something that you like to do, something that makes you happy every day. Think good thoughts. You got it. You can get this week. You can have a good week. It's possible. But yeah, we are.
Bye, y'all.